Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against the Trailblazers in Portland. A 3-point win in that one. Always nice to come out on top in a close game.
Well, not too much went wrong for them in that one, especially offensively. I think it worked out pretty much just as they had planned.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent game plan, and they carried it out very effectively. The kind of game that makes a coach proud.
Now the opening lineup for the Phoenix Suns, presented by State Farm. Filling out the wings are Brown and Dudley. Scola and Gortat, they're inside. And it's Marshall in at the point. And for Dallas, Dirk and Keenan, they're inside. Allison and Carter in the backcourt. And it's Marion in at the 3 slot. Scola with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. Brown, good.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
Again, Phoenix. Suns on defense. 6-point game. Coming into this, having notched the win against the Rockets in their last game.
And boy, did they protect the basket well in that one. They kept a lot of bodies down low. The rotations were solid, and it paid off with a lot of blocks in that game.
Yeah, they really wanted to establish that intimidation factor. And, Steve, I think they did so by devoting a lot of manpower to the low post.
And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his second season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but a strange move nonetheless. Rick Carlisle had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since. Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
Straight up and in on the layup. Dudley's got 6.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game. He told me I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat inside. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways. Posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in the NBA, no question.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Luis Scola from Argentina, one of my favorite players in the league. He's nothing special athletically. Doesn't get off the floor real high, but he's so skilled. He can pass, he can shoot, and he finds angles to score in the paint, and he is really tough.
Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow that.
If you're giving up dunks and layups, defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Now, here is Gortat. 8 points his last outing. The baseline J. Tries again. Rebounded by Kamen. Mavericks trailed by 3. Throws up the alley-oop. And then Carter with the dunk.
I don't think it's possible to make a better pass than that, guys.
And he finished so well, Clark, too. Not too shabby on that jam.
Not bad at all.
And it takes perfect timing to pull off that alley-oop, but these two guys seem to have that synergy between each other.
And Scola, one of the great players in Europe before he even came to the NBA. And he's been as good as advertised.
Yeah, no question. He holds his own on the glass, plays physically, and he can score inside and out with a variety of moves. He's a quality starting power forward.
The shot by Marion, no good. Suns leading by 3. And even 3-on-3 break. Open look. Vince Carter grabs the miss.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. The 3 from Popoel. Rebound by the Suns. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Well, they got beat last time because they were, I thought, very passive. I mean, they really didn't attack the hoop. They settled for outside jumpers. And you can see it when you look at the stat sheet and the free throw differential.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Eldon Brand's checked in for Kamen. White comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Cunningham is checked in for Sean Marion. And it's Collison in for Rowdy Bobo. Here's O'Neal. It's blocked. Makes the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. Clark, later in the game, you need to get to the line.
I think you're right, Kevin. You want to get that ball to the rim. Your backcourt needs to drive the ball to the basket, get some fouls racked up on the other team's big people, get a couple of easy points at the foul line. That's how you turn the end game in your favor.
That's just good strategy.
Excellent strategy when you can execute.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for the Mavericks. Suns lead by 3. 1:43 left to play in the first. Offensive rebound. O'Neal dishes to Brown. Back to O'Neal. And he throws it down with one hand.
You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down now.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Now, here's Brown after Darren Collison's miss. Brown kicks to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Back to Brown. It's taken away by Collison. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. And then Brand with the dunk.
And some instant offense coming for them after that steal.
Yeah, that's terrific, beautiful transition basketball. No chance at all for the defense to get back and set up.
Brown against Collison. Brown kicks to O'Neal. And the pass to Johnson. And the Mavericks with some changes. James checked in for Wright. Marion comes in for Anthony Morrow. And James subbed in for Cunningham. And the Suns here with a different look. Marion with the steal. And Collison with a clear path to the hoop. Lays out. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Brand. And it's Bobo in for James. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morris. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. And so here is Dallas trailing by 5. And Bobo kicks to James. Phoenix grabs the miss. Now here's Marshall. Here's Morris. Here's Haddadi. And James pulls it down.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Nowitzki for 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first.
Coming up.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Chris Kaman. Elton Brand is out there with Anthony Morrow. Then it's Cunningham, and it's Collison at the 1 spot. Dudley, no luck.
The defense got away with one there. I mean, usually he'll hurt you if you give him that kind of a shot.
From 11 feet away, Cunningham gets the bucket. And that'll tie this game up. The Suns shooting well, 50% from the floor. The dish to Dudley. Got it. Good job in the low post. Dudley's got 8 points.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Well, sometimes, guys, you can forget he's out there, and all of a sudden, bang, he'll string together 3 or 4 shots in a row and just take over the game.
And, Steve, you know what? He can also light it up from long range. I mean, they're very confident in his ability from beyond the arc, as they should be.
And so here's Phoenix following the score by Dallas. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. James checked in for Kaman. Wright comes in for Elton Brand. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Cunningham. And James subbed in for Darren Collison. The Mavericks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the 7th.
But you think about Vince Carter, in his day, just a real superstar in Toronto, and he gave us maybe the greatest dunk contest performance of all time back in 2000. But those days are behind him. Still a very capable player, but not a highlight reel guy each and every night.
A different look for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Wright. Marion comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Collison in for James. Phoenix also making some changes. Haddadi's checked in, and Channing Frye's subbed in for Luis Scola. Roddy Beaubois is checked in for Dallas. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And you know, guys, and you've seen it over the years, one thing about it with the aging former stars like Vince Carter, you got to try to watch how they operate. Every so often, when the knees are feeling good, they're capable of those throwback performances, but they're not quite as often seen with that type of explosiveness. That's decent defensive work, but it's going to take a little more than that, Kevin. They got to raise their bar.
Well, Clark, he knew exactly how to attack.
Yeah, he sure did. He knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
What a phenomenal dunk, though. I mean, in the end, he just made the play and took off.
Here's Brown. Sean Marion making his last shot. Johnson, good.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
The Suns trail it. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. It's tipped and taken away by Brown. Fast break, here come the Suns. Brown's got the ball. Haddadi kicks to Brown. Good luck. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. From deep, Beaubois can't get it to go. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Nowitzki with the steal. Collison.
Boy, they saw the opening for that alley-oop, guys, and they didn't waste any time.
Well, those openings don't stay there for long, that's for sure.
That's right. It's got to be an immediate play because those defenses are so fast.
Brown. Here's Haddadi. And that's collected by Nowitzki. Mavericks leading by 4. Kicks it to Marion. He goes up. Morris with the rebound. The Suns have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
And let's use this break to check out a group of the NBA's best defenders recently. The shooting guards averaging the most steals per game for the past month. In the 3rd position, Shannon Brown.
Well, this is a very intense group. You know, those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
So it's Phoenix now. 4-point game. No one covering.
You know, typically he's just a role player, but when he does score, it allows the offense to be more balanced.
And the jam by Jermaine O'Neal.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did, whatever it was, it definitely worked, Clark.
Well, Darren Collison, the speed merchant out of UCLA, a scoring point guard, the son of 2 track stars. Boy, he's got quickness. You can't run away from that DNA.
And Dallas again with the bucket. 59 seconds left to play in the first half. Now, here's Marshall. He's covered by Collison. Now Marshall. Morris gets to O'Neal. Jams it with authority. Mavericks leading by 3. Well, going back to Darren Collison, Clark, not just a speedster, he's a steady outside shooter, too. That makes him tough to handle.
Yeah, and I think, guys, the key for him is the development as a playmaker. You know, we know he can score. He's a scrappy defender, but that's where Collison can continue to grow.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Brandon Wright's checked in for Brand. Carter comes in for Sean Marion. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Cunningham. And James subbed in for Darren Collison. Now here's Wright. Following the miss by Luis Scola. And it's Carter penetrating over Johnson. And it's Carter missing. Suns trail by 3. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Scola passes to Johnson. 11 feet out and he hits it. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter. Now Carter. He has 7. James kicks to Carter. The 3 is launched. Can't get it to go.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there. Challenging the shot and not
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Mavericks lead by 1. And
out in Denver.
And we return here in Big D, Dallas, Texas. Welcome back, everyone. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. On the court for the Suns, Scola and Gortat, they're inside. Filling out the wings are Brown and Dudley. And it's Marshall in at the 1. And they take the lead. Scola's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Suns. Carter dishes to Collison. Brown against Carter. Back to Collison. From outside the arc. And there's the rejection. Here's Marshall. He kicks to Brown. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Brown's got 8 points.
They continue to barrel their way inside. And when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Marshall passes to Scola. Ring shot on the way. Again, Phoenix.
It's been all makes for him so far this half. 3 chances and 3 conversions so far.
Came in, kicks to Nowitzki. Gortat with the steal. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air and confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
Marion against Dudley. Nowitzki for 3. Count the bucket. Nowitzki's got 5 now.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Here's Marshall. Defense is right there. Backing down is Gortat. Takes it right up. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Suns lead by 4.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like he'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Here's Carter. And that one's good. He's got 9.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Here's Marshall. He feeds it to Brown. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Marion's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You know, Sean Marion still is an amazing athlete, even in his mid-30s. So quick off his feet, and he can play either the 3 or the 4 position, and versatile defender, excellent team player. Well, here's a look at some numbers for Shannon Brown. Lately, he's been untouchable. He's been in the zone. You see how his performances match up. 3rd in scoring. He's in the top 10 in steals per game as well. So this is a guy who you have to be aware of when you've got the ball in your hands.
And Steve, you mentioned his unbelievable points per game ranking. I mean, this guy is a guy I would call buckets.
Mavericks making a switch here. Rand's checked in.
And guys, I think the key for Marion being able to play the 3 or 4 position is he's a terrific rebounder for a small forward. So you can play him at the 4 in a small ball situation and not lose too much on the glass. That's valuable when you've got a small forward that rebounds like a power forward.
Mavericks trailed by 4. Collison with it. Guarded now by Marshall. Marion dishes to Carter. Launches it. And that one's good. Carter's got 12.
Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
This is to Dudley. Feeds it to Marshall. Suns moving the ball around. Dudley's shot is good. He's got 10. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Brand passes to Carter. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, that's a quality look there. The defense a bit late.
And 2 straight now from long range, putting up points in a hurry, Clark.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Vince Carter really making a difference here.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Chris Kaman's checked in for Brand. White comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And James subbed in for Darren Collison. Phoenix also making some changes. Gortat's checked in for O'Neal. Scola comes in for Markieff Morris. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Jared Dudley.
Really a physical, imposing player, Kevin, and he brings that to bear at every opportunity. He's never someone to back down, and especially when the intensity ramps up. I mean, he seems to throw his weight around and just bring that energy that you need.
And I don't think you can look past what a fearless player he is, too, guys. I mean, just look at all the charges he takes.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for James.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Brown kicks to Gortat. 1:32 left in the third quarter. And that one's good. Gortat's got 8 points.
You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard. It'll pay off for them in the end.
Oh, the one-hand jam.
Boy, he's got a little extra bounce in his step today, fellas.
Definitely a surge of energy out of him there.
Yeah, playing with a lot of confidence.
The shot by Marion, no good.
This has been a game for him to forget. So far, anyway. We'll see if he can pick it up.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Nowitzki comes in for Brandon Wright. And it's Bobo in for Sean Marion. And for the Suns, Channing Fries checked in for Scola. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Jared Dudley. And that one's good by Gortat. Mavericks trailed by 5. Bobo outside. Passes it to Nowitzki. There's the feed to Collison. Puts up a 3. That doesn't go either for Collison.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Marion's checked in. And the Suns making a change here as well. Markieff Morris is checked in for Wesley Johnson. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Brown. That drops. And it's a 7-point Suns lead.
Hasn't had a whole lot of misses here in the quarter. Very sharp shooting right now. It's fun to watch.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Suns shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And Marshall kicks to Brown. Tries it from 19. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Back to Marion. Carter for 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the... Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Now, let's check in with Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Suns with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. It was in the third quarter when things started falling their way, and they were able to build this lead. No doubt they'll try to keep that momentum going through the end.
Thank you, Doris. And how many times, guys, do we see a run like this become the difference maker in the outcome of a game?
Well, that usually is the case, Kevin, when one team can get on a run like they did, where they just feel so dominant offensively. More often than not, that's going to be the difference in the game.
And in this game, even at the very beginning of that run, you could sense the momentum getting ready to take a huge swing. And swing it did, fellas. Swing it did.
Dirk and Brand playing up front. Carter and Marion throw out the wings, and it's Collison at the point guard. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. On the wing, Brown, defended by Carter. Chris Kamen's checked in for Elton Brand. And a change for the Suns. Gortat's checked in. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. The three from Dudley. Good. And the Suns lead by 7.
Well, he did a nice job of getting himself into just enough of an open area to find that spot for his shot.
Collison, no good.
Boy, I am absolutely loving this. They're pumping bodies down there and taking no prisoners, coming away with every board.
Yeah, that willingness to fight for every loose ball is a big reason why they have the lead right now, Clark.
From downtown, another three for Dallas.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all of our threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Stolen by Carter. Fires from 14, and it's Dallas with another. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Knocked away. Stolen by Carter. And he bangs it home with one hand.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
Yes,
you?
sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Now, here's Marshall. He's covered by Collison. And Gortat kicks to Brown. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Got that one up quick. Dudley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the thing I think people admire about him is that he's able to drop the 3 ball seemingly effortlessly. It's almost like second nature to him.
Yeah, it's natural. It's certainly not something he thinks about. I love the stroke on his shot from long range, and you certainly know something about that from his fingertips to nylon. Smooth sail.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
And Scola with the block. Suns leading by 4. They get it back. Brown dishes to Scola. A second chance effort. That's good.
And this team really dialed in from that mid-range area.
Seems like every hoop they get, Steve, is a step or two in from the three-point line. I mean, you got to take what the other team is giving you, and they're certainly doing that.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And the Suns call time. Here's Brown. Gets it to go.
Well, for him, that finger roll is almost second nature. That's a tough shot for most players.
Collison kicks to Marion. And it's Sean Marion again missing.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They completely dominated the boards here.
Mavericks trailed by 6. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
4-on-3 break. And Dudley kicks to Scola. And that one's good.
I give him credit. He didn't have much confidence going in the first half, but he's picking up the pace here.
Came in, passes to Nowitzki. Over Scola. Nowitzki, no good. And it's Phoenix's ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Well, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Collison dishes to Nowitzki. Back to Collison. From deep three-point range. Out to Carter. Nowitzki outside. Collison. The three. That doesn't go either for Collison.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Marion. Here's Kaman. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. The Suns have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That's his fourth, so he's going to have to be very careful the way he plays and pick his spots here in the second half.
Gortat, defended by Kaman. Jumps up. Gortat misses. Watt is on the line here.
How about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. Over Marshall. It falls. And now they trail by just 4. 34 seconds left in the game. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Just making it look easy at the line and making their lead look a little more comfortable, too.
Here's Collison. That doesn't go either for Collison. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, talk all they want, but I just don't see a way for them to get back into the game here.
You know what? I don't know if there's a 10-point play out there, and that being the case, this one is over.
Brandon Wright's checked in for the Mavericks. Morrow comes in for Sean Marion. And for the Suns, Jermaine O'Neal checked in for Gortat. Fry comes in for Luis Thorpe. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Shannon Brown.
Tough break there, Kevin, but frankly, they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit anyhow.
Roddy Bobois was checked in for the Mavericks. And for the Suns, Gortat's checked in for O'Neal. Scola comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Brown in for Marcus Morris. The three from Bobois. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Boy, they have just gone crazy from three-point range since coming out of the halftime break.
Well, it's been one three after another, Steve. An absolute barrage.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
So neither attempt will fall that time frame.
Boy, you hate to use the word choke, but to come away empty right there is just brutal. This game would have been over.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Some clutch free throws to close it out.
Here's Wright. Out to Carter. Gortat with the steal. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game. And here is Wright. Takes the three. Buries it from outside. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. And Clark, you know, it was quite an